All right, Reid Ryan joining me here at Astros Spring Training. Reid, this time of year is it's kind of an exciting time for you guys, especially with the Express, because you're seeing a lot of not only guys you're going to be playing with this year, but guys you'll be playing with years to come. What's the best part of this for you?
Well, it's a great way to reconnect with the guys that have been with the organization for a while, but there's always so many new people, AJ, that are coming in, trades, free agents, guys coming up from the system. It's really a chance for me to kind of get to know those guys before they get to Round Rock, because you want to have a little bit of a relationship with somebody before they just roll off the bus and, hey, here I am. So what I try to do is connect with everybody that we think is going to be up at some point during the year, just to put a name with a face and, see if there's anything we can do to get them ready to come to Round Rock.
How closely do you follow the position battles? Because I know one of the ones that's being talked about a lot this season is the catcher battle.
Yeah.
And there's Tolles, a guy that you guys have had before, who, when he did well at Round Rock, got to the majors, didn't have a whole lot of success, and a guy, Castro, who's kind of probably the Astros' top prospect. Do you watch those closely? Is there a preference for you as to which guy you get there in Round Rock?
No, without a doubt. We do watch them very closely. My preference is always to get the up-and-coming guy and have him stay with me for part of the year. I think it's a great way for our fans to connect with the guys as they move up. JR has done everything you could ask a guy to do at AAA. He has done what he needs to do. It's really time for him to step up. So in a lot of ways, I'm rooting for JR to have a really good spring and to come out and be productive in Houston. I'd like to see Castro probably start with us, and if he remains hot, and see him go up at some point during the year. But we do. Our success at the AAA level is so closely intertwined with the big league club that we watch all the positions from third base. What's going to happen? Is Chris Johnson going to come down to us? To what's going to happen with Lance Berkman? Will he be back by opening day? And does that affect our first baseman? And who could possibly be there? So we do watch everything very closely at spring training.
A lot of good young arms here in the organization, Lyles, Didalowicz, and Seaton.
Yes.
And you guys also take care of the AA club down there in Corpus. Any of those guys you guys are watching close? Maybe, and those are young guys. Most of them, I think 2 of the 3 are 19.
Yeah.
Are those guys possibly we could see in Round Rock in the near future?
Definitely. Anything's possible, and we do watch that very closely, because when we do well in Corpus, the next year we tend to do very well in Round Rock. And the last time that we were in the playoffs was 06. We had both our teams in the playoffs in 06. That was a lot of good drafts that had come through. Of course, the Astros were in the World Series in 05. So there's a lot of success from the guys down below. Lancaster had a pretty good year last year, got close to the playoffs, had some good arms. We want to see those guys move up, and then, of course, we want to see the guys in Houston do well so that we don't have a lot of movement.
When you guys, the Astros now, you guys have gone through some years where there's a ton of talent in the organization, top to bottom. The last few years have been a little more lean, top to bottom, and now, so does that kind of pressure the organization to push along the prospects a little bit faster, like those 19-year-old pitchers? Are they going to be pushed along a little faster because the numbers are a little bit thinner than they have been in the past?
I mean, it all goes hand in hand. Ricky Bennett, who just walked by here, he has done a great job of trying to help us win at AAA and AA. But really it comes down to talent, and it's very cyclical. When you win and you do well, you don't get as many good draft picks. When your team struggles at the big league level, you get a lot more draft picks. Or maybe when you lose free agents and you don't sign them, you get those sandwich picks. So it kind of all comes around. We've had a couple of lean years, but people are excited about the Astros system, the new scouting director, and some of the guys that are coming up that you talked about from an arms perspective, as well as somebody that was a guy that came in the Rule 5 draft, Drew Locke. I think he's going to have a monster year in Round Rock. He had a monster year in Corpus last year. Outfielder, they're having him play first base a little bit. Of course, Castro, Chris Johnson, still being 23, 24 years old, will be back. So, I'm excited about the team this year, but it always really comes down to, if the major league team does well, you have a better chance of doing well in your system.
And with some of the bigger stars up with the Astros either getting up in age or having injury woes the last couple of years, the Berkmans, the Oswalts, and the problems they've had, I assume that for a while it takes away from what you guys have, but then they come back and you guys usually get something back. How important is it to keep an eye on the injuries with the big club?
To me, I think that's the most critical thing in us winning. And, really we have 2 jobs. At the minor league level, our number 1 job is to produce talent for the major leagues. We are here to have guys ready to go that if somebody gets hurt, we can send them up there. Our second job is to win, and the winning part is really fun for us. It's what we want to do the most, but we just have to realize that the job is to win at the big league level first. And so when guys stay healthy, The teams are more consistent. They know each other. They're not trying to say, hey, now who are you, and learning how to play to each other. They've had time to gel, and there's a success that comes with that. So I foresee it, if the Astros have success in the major league level, guys stay healthy, that we'll have a good year around.
Now, your dad taking some ownership in another organization, and obviously with you guys, the Ryan family running the Express and the Hooks, is there any possibility, I've heard rumors, I mean, I guess it's all just rumors at this point, that this might be the last year of the Express as an Astros organization? Is that something you can talk about?
I can't talk about any of that, and we'll do what we've always done, which is evaluate the situation at the end of the year, look at what's in the best interest of our fans and our employees and our organization. And of course, obviously, that complicates things, so it'll be an interesting off season, but we'll address all that at the proper time, which will be after the season's over.
How much has the Dell Diamond experience improved with all the changes you guys have made around there?
Yeah, it's been a very interesting year. Fans are going to notice several things when they come out. First, we're no longer a Coca-Cola house, we're a Pepsi house now, and so we're going to have all of Pepsi's products in the facility. We also made a change with our concession company, and we're going to have a brand new rebranding of all our concession stands, a lot of new food items. We're going to have video LED screens in all the stands. So it's going to be a really jazzed up experience from a food standpoint. We kind of made that our focal point this off season because it is such a big part of what we do at the stadium. We wanted to upgrade across that area. So that's sort of the things that we're looking forward to doing, as well as upgrading the in-game experience. We've got a bunch of fun, interactive things we're doing, and we're working on a lot of special events that we think people are going to really dig. More concerts, more unique sporting events, and really things that are added value for the fans. So it should be a great season.
All right, looking forward to it. Thanks for the time.
All right.